Alright, what is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I've got the best controller settings for Season 11 of Fortnite, or Chapter 2, as it is properly called, Chapter 2 Season 1. So that's the proper name of the season. So yeah, I haven't made a settings video yet this season, and as you guys know, there's been a lot of changes with the settings and all that with the introduction of Chapter 2. A lot of these settings have changed, all your settings have reset other than these sensitivity settings, and I got a lot of comments on my videos as well saying like some people were like having some issues trying like find their old settings, because for the people who like don't have instant edits, who just like press circle or something, it seemed to be a lot slower, and a lot of people are asking like why is it so slow and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to be showing you guys the best controller settings for Season 11 or Season 1 Chapter 2. I'm also going to be talking about the best binds, the best dead zone and all that as well, and going through all these settings, just to give a bit of an in-depth tutorial for Season 1 Chapter 2. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so as you guys know, there's two different options for your sensitivity. I've mentioned this before. Like just the usual advanced settings. Now I personally currently use advanced settings. I just like how like specific you can be, and if you're like try and like find your perfect sensitivity and mess with these until you find your perfect sense, then yeah, I definitely recommend using these, because I just really like how you have all these options. It's like with here you've just literally got X and Y sensitivity, and then targeting and scope, and then the build and the edit. With this, you got the boost ramp time, you got instant boost, you got vertical, horizontal, so you can be really specific if you want to like higher for when you're looking up, and like maybe a bit lower for when you're looking to the side and stuff. So I personally really prefer Legacy, and this is what I'm currently using. So I made a few changes since my last settings video. These are all the same, so I still use 6.3, 1.6, 1.4, but I made a few changes to my my ADS. So I put this down a little bit because I just found this a bit too high. I forgot I had like 16 or something before, which is way too high, so I had to kind of put it down a little bit. So it just feels a lot more comfortable now. I feel like I hit much more of my shots when I'm like shooting the AR and all that. So yeah, that's a lot better. And yeah, as you can see, these are all my settings. Pause the video if you want to have a closer look. And that's pretty much. I forgot. Yeah, I put this down a bit as well because this just, I don't know, it felt a bit too high, so I put that down a bit as well. If you guys didn't see my video as well where I talked about how to find your perfect sensitivity, make sure to watch that, because I kind of took some advice for myself basically, and found my perfect sensitivity. And as I said, if you guys want to like apply these settings to yours maybe, and then try and mess around with them until it feels right for you, then that's what I would probably do. You just gotta go on creative, practice your aim, practice your builds and all that until it feels right. And yeah, that's the sensitivity though. I'm not really gonna talk too much about that because I've already talked about this in a lot of my previous videos. So you can watch some of my other videos if you want to know more about that. So here we got the camera and display. So again, I've already talked about this before. I'm not going to go too in depth about this. I just have my HUD in a 0.65. I feel like if you have it on like a 1.0, it's just way too big, and it takes up a bit too much room. But yeah, no big deal for that. Sprint by default, make sure that's on. Everyone should play that. It just makes it a lot easier. Make sure you get used to it if you don't already play it, because it's much better. Tap to search interact, make sure that's on. I've already mentioned all these though, so I'm not going to go through them. Obviously it looks like aim assist and edit mode aim assist are like disabled or something, but you can still move them. I don't know why it's like grayed out though. I think it's because I'm using the advanced settings maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but you can still change them though. I got a comment saying like, why did they remove disable edit mode aim assist? But yeah, you can still change it. You just got to hover it. I don't know why it says disabled though. Here's all these other settings. Again, I've already talked about all of these in my other videos, so I'm not going to go through every single one. Confirm edit on release. Now I made a separate video on that if you guys want to see more about that. But I personally recommend, if you use double edit binds, I'd have this off. But if you use single edit binds, so that is where you have the same. So say now I had touchpad for edit, which I do, and then touchpad for confirm, then it's a bit slower. But you can see I have touchpad for edit, circle for confirm. That's double edit binds. This basically means it's much faster because I can just edit and then confirm straight away. Instead of, if I had touchpad for confirm as well, I'd be pressing the same button and it takes some time to, it'd have like a bit of a delay. So yeah, that's what single edit binds basically is if you're confused. It's just where you have the same bind for your edit and for your confirm. So if you use single edit binds, I'd recommend turning the setting on because it will be a bit faster. But I've talked to some like other fast editors and stuff, and I've seen them talk about this on Twitter. If you do use double edit binds, I personally just prefer to have that off, because I personally believe, and a lot of other fast editors are saying that double edit binds is actually faster than the confirm edit on release. So yeah, that's that's all covered. But as I said, if you want to see like more about this setting, then I made a complete separate video on it, so check that out on my channel. There's all these, obviously I've already mentioned that. So this is the big one. This could actually reset, and a lot of people commented on my video saying like, oh, editing feels so slow, and yeah, I was getting a lot of comments about that. So say now I use circle to switch mode, which I do, but if I had circle for edit as well, that'd mean that it would have like a slight delay, and I wouldn't be able to just tap circle. I'd have to like hold it for like 0.1 seconds or whatever, so I can edit. But now, since all your sends have reset with the new season, all you gotta do here is just put this down to the minimum and then click apply, and then your editing, it'll be a lot quicker to sort of go to edit. So yeah, that's just that covered, because I got a lot of people like asking me about that. So yeah, there's that, and I think everything else is the same. Yeah, nothing's changed then. Obviously I've already mentioned the sensitivity, brightness, again you can have that on whatever you want, it's just your personal preference. Now this is a big one, 3D headphones. This is a new feature of the new season, chapter 2, and basically if you haven't like tried this yet, turn this on. This is a new feature, and it basically means that you can like hear your enemies above you, below you, same with chests as well, and all like audio, you can hear like exactly where they are, and it's a really good setting to have. Obviously most people play with headphones. If you don't, then obviously it's kind of useless, but most people do play with headphones, and yeah, it basically means you can like hear your enemies and like all the noises a bit easier, whether they're below you or above you or behind you or whatever. So yeah, it's a really good setting to have. Visualize sound effects, I really like to have this on as well. I feel like I can just like see more footsteps and stuff, and like sometimes I can't even hear people like walking or gliding, I can see it on my screen and then I know where they are. So yeah, it's a really good setting to have. I recommend having that on. That's all that. Again, I recommend having this on and these on 0.1. That's what I just recommend. But again, if you want to like see more about the foot controller, I made a separate video on it, so you can check that out on my channel. Keyboard, obviously don't play keyboard. Alright, by the way though, I think I'm actually going to do a video playing keyboard. And I've been practicing actually a little bit with keyboard and mouse, and I actually found some decent binds, and I'm actually going to like do a proper video trying that soon. So here are my binds. Now this is the like important bit. So for my edit, I use touchpad again. If you play non-claw, which I do, the two best edit binds are touchpad or L3, or like left stick, analog stick, whatever. Those are the two best edits, so I recommend playing either one of them. I'm personally more comfortable with touchpad, so I play that. Toggle pickaxe, that's why I have that as L3. So I'm still using L3 because if you didn't know, obviously if you don't play claw, your hands are always on your analog sticks. So yeah, I can just pull out my pickaxe pretty easily, and that's why a lot of people like to use L3 for edit as well, which is fair enough. But I personally just prefer touchpad, and this is why it's really important that you actually have sprint by default on, because you can have that L3 for like your edit or something then, which is really important. And sprint by default, once you get used to it, it's really good to have. This is all that. Don't think I've changed anything up here. This is the other bind as well I've used, which is reset. This is really good because you can just tap it. Obviously the default reset is just R3, but with this you can just click R1 and then it resets. It's so much faster, and once you get it, took me like a day to get used to, not even that. So it's really easy to get used to, and yeah, it's much easier for like resetting and editing faster on walls. I'm a lot more comfortable with like editing walls now and resetting. So yeah, I'll just showcase now. Like I'm obviously not the fastest editor or anything, but yeah, that's just like how you can edit, you can reset a lot quicker. So yeah, that's that. What else have we got? By the way, if you do use confirm edit on release, which I know a lot of people do use, I'll say this again, obviously confirm edit on release, you guys all know how this works now. If you do use that, I'd probably switch to R1 for select. Obviously I've currently got R2, everyone pretty much uses that, but R1, if you use that for select, because you can just tap it like that, instead of actually holding down R2, because obviously it's it's a bit longer to kind of hold that all the way down. So if you use R1 for reset, you can just tap, select them all with R1 and then let go of your R1 button much quicker. So yeah, you can maybe use the R1 for reset if you want to. That's a really good option to use if you're comfortable with it. And that's pretty much all my binds. As I said, obviously recommend playing Builder Pro. It's season 1 chapter 2, so you should be playing Builder Pro, otherwise you're at a huge disadvantage. And here are my dead zones. Now a lot of people like to have a lower dead zone, but I noticed like a huge drift. I don't know why though. If I put this any lower, it seems to drift so much. So yeah, this is probably one of the best dead zones personally. Obviously, again, it's all like what you prefer. You can mess around with this, but yeah. So yeah, those are my sends for season 11. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to drop a like if you did. I've got a video coming out tomorrow, actually. Again, well, my first win of the season. I was gonna upload it today, but I haven't really gone to it. So yeah, I've got that video coming out tomorrow. Make sure you turn on notifications if you haven't already. Turn them on, and yeah, I'll see you guys in that video. Peace.